Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Welcome back to Venator Trading, the 10K to $2 million funding challenge, officially sponsored by our amazing sponsors, Bespoke Funding Program. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you're having a good day. Good morning to everyone here in the States. Good afternoon to everyone on the other side of the pond, and good evening to everyone on the other side of the world. It is Friday, July 28th, 7 a.m. New York time. We haven't taken a trade all week. I'm ready for July to be done. I'm ready for July to be done. This month has been brutal. The setups just have not been there, and the ones that we have taken have lost, and it sucks. It just has not been a fun month, but this is pretty much par for the course when you're talking about being a professional trader. Not every day you're going to win. Not every week is green. Not every month is green. Not every quarter is green. It happens. So you go into drawdown and you go on a losing streak, and everything you thought you knew about trading just starts to get questioned, and you start to feel all of this pain and fear, and just doubt creeps into your mind about what you're doing and should you change everything. And you can't change anything. You have to keep pushing forward. You have to keep executing your strategy. You have to keep doing what got you here in the first place. The 2 months for May and June since we started this stream, we made 21% in about 7 weeks. And since then, we've made minus 6%. And that's just the way it goes. I mean, we were on a hot streak, and now we're on a cold streak. And I'm just ready for July to be done. But I'm glad you guys are here. I hope that even in this month of drawdown, you've seen what it takes to be patient, what it takes to manage your emotions, what it takes to just sit here and watch and wait for your setup to show up. That's really what the stream is all about, is to teach you the mechanics of a professional trader when they sit down to trade, to model for you. This is how pros approach trading. This is how they execute their trading plan. This is what it takes. So I am ready, though. I'm ready for it to be done. I'm ready to get done with this ugly month. It's just been, we've gotten massive moves, but our setups just never have either gotten triggered in, or we just don't get an opportunity to participate. And it's been frustrating, but the market will change, and when it does, we will be ready to execute. So I hope you guys are having a good day. If you've already been trading, I hope you've had a successful trading session already. Yeah, we're going to watch and wait. We've got a couple of news events coming out today at 8:30. The one at 8:30 will wait until after that. We'll see. There's another one at 10 that I will trade through if we get a setup, but we'll just have to watch and wait. I slept horrible last night. I don't feel great. My energy level is low today, so I'm going to need the chat. I'm going to need the chat to be here and be strong today. So good morning, Beeswax, Daz, Adrian, Overplayful, Candle Slayer, Moby Dick, Kenneth, Mr. Alfie, Redhead, Matthew Hope. Good morning. Matthew, have you taken a trade yet on your brand new challenge? I'd love to know. John, welcome back, man. Missed you the last couple of days. Hope you all your college stuff went well with your girls. Anyway, glad you guys are here. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Time for another great stream No new overlay today. So they sent me one, and it just, I don't know, it felt a little over the top, I guess. So I'm still waiting. I'm actually learning how to try to do my own right now to make it a little bit more clean. But yeah, the overlay is coming. The overlay is coming. The other thing I found out yesterday is when I went in and I looked at my stats. Remember I told y'all we hit 3,000 watch hours. I need to go check. Let me go check what our stats are right now. Because when I pull up my analytics, it shows that in the last 365 days, we've had over we had 2,998 something. But today, surely we're over that already. Let me go here. Watch hours, the last 365 days. Yeah, so now we're at 3.1K watch time hours. But when I go to when I went to the tab to find out, it only says I have 2,785 public watch hours. So I'm not sure why when I go to the here, I'll just show y'all. This is fine. I don't think let me just make sure there's no like. Yeah, there's nothing here. Be cool, be cool. All right. I just want to make sure that I wasn't going to like dox myself or anything. So here's my channel analytics, right? So we've got 688 subscribers. And you can see the watch time for the last 365 days is 3.1K. Well over the amount needed to do monetization for the entry level monetization for the channel. But when I go and I click on the earn button, it says become a partner, right? There's different ways you can earn. You can get ad revenue, shorts, memberships, super chat, shopping, all that kind of stuff. But it says, how do I join? Well, it says that right here, I only have 2,785 public watch hours. So I don't know why there's a discrepancy there. And I don't know why it doesn't give you the smaller option. Like it only shows you the ability to join when you hit 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So I don't know. It's a little confusing to me, but evidently we still have another couple hundred public watch hours. So all you guys that were streaming, man, this weekend I need you to stream and get that public watch hours up. That would be helpful. I don't know why it's doing that. I really don't. I don't know why one would say 3.1K and then the other one would say 2.7K. So maybe there's like a delay between the live analytics and the monetization side. Maybe it's a day behind, 2 days behind. I don't know. But it was weird to me that it says we hit it on one, but it says we didn't hit it on the other. But I don't know. I'm just a YouTube rookie here. I don't really know what the hell I'm doing. EU setting up. EU might be setting up. We obviously have run sell side liquidity. We had a run down. So you do have this nice little breaker right here. And you have an obvious fair value gap right there. EU might be setting up. Absolutely. I did see that earlier. do. That is what we're looking at EU currently. The thing you have to be worried about, or at least I don't know if worried's the right thing, but on the daily time frame, on this massive swing up, this big push up, we have pulled back into the OTE area. We've dipped down into it, and we're pulling back. So we do have room up to Wednesday's low that it may want to reach back up to if it wants to go lower off of this. On a 4-hour time frame, we're obviously in a bearish. We've switched and changed character on the 4-hour time frame. We ran all the way up. We filled in this weekly volume imbalance completely and rejected off of it quickly. We've since took out liquidity here and dropped very aggressively. That was when the news hit that was yesterday. That was crazy. It just fell off a cliff. And has left a lot of sell side imbalances up here. So the thing with EU is that once it taps into these, it doesn't necessarily need to keep going up. It could just reach back up into this level somewhere and then roll over. So, but it is Friday, and it could be just a pullback. This candle on the weekly time frame completely filled in this buy side imbalance, this fair value gap. It hit yesterday and overnight last night, and now it's pulling back. So could still be, I mean, you're still in a bullish uptrend on the weekly time frame. Higher highs, higher lows, and so on. And it's currently respecting this weekly fair value gap there. Daily has pulled back into that OTE. 4-hour, we're just going to need to watch and wait and see. But on the 1-hour, we're starting to get a market structure shift here. So we've reached into the sell side liquidity, and now we're heading back to the buy side. So quick stab at liquidity, pull up. There's your breaker. So if we could get some kind of pullback here this morning, it actually, I do really like that the potential there on that setup. So we'll just watch and wait and see, but I do like that. I do like it. Part of me is like, I don't know that I want to. We have several money-related news items coming out: personal income, personal spending, and the core price index month over month. So I don't typically like to trade before those. So if it comes back in that area before the news hits, it would be unfortunate. My preference is that the news pushes down, and then after the news hits, we might be able to get an entry and then run that back up. But it's hard to say. It really is just hard to say. The way the price has been moving, I mean, you do have all of this. And I mean, it was just such a massive fall. It's going to want to come back and retrace and rebalance a lot of this. So it's just whether or not we can get an entry on our setup that matters. That's the main thing. Can we wait and identify a setup that fits our trading plan? If you have a trading plan, you might be able to catch a move. I may miss a move because I only take the trades that absolutely fit and check off every box that I have. God, I'm so tired. I slept horrible last night. I tossed and turned. I was up and down. I could not get comfortable. And I can feel the yawns already coming on. So I need the chat. I need you guys to pick it up today. You're going to have to carry the stream because my energy levels are just very low. Very low. GBP, much the same. Reached back into the OTE and has completely. It's just in a massive retrace right now. And it looks like it's just ripping so hard that it's not going to give us any kind of entry. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. It really is. But whatever. You might be able to use this breaker if you get displacement above here on the 1 hour. You might be able to use this as an entry. But that's just, we're going to have to watch and wait. I don't really like taking breakers that high up. I'd rather take right off the initial move, but they work. GJ, grab liquidity. This is overnight, midnight. We grab liquidity, and since we've just been trekking higher, we haven't really had displacement because you got all these wicks up here. So it's kind of ugly on GJ. US 30 has just kind of fallen off since yesterday and all night, overnight. Well, this is the end of the day yesterday. And closed down here below all these lows. Let me get why is my internet not working right now? Come on, TradingView. You can do it. All right, everything else is working. But US 30 said nah. Gold. This is the chat pair for the week. I am going to be glad when the chat pair is gone. Well, at least this chat pair. Next week, gold is off the table since we used it this week. We can't do it 2 weeks back in the back because that's just a new rule that Venator Trading made up because it's his live stream. Gold just fell off a cliff. Doing gold things. Everything fell off a cliff yesterday. Everything absolutely just tanked. And let me see if I see. What do I see here? Grab of liquidity here. We're trading higher. This run on liquidity started with these up close candles here. And you do have a fair value gap underneath there. This is how you would have to play that. So there you go for gold. There's a potential setup there. I'm not taking it. I wouldn't. I'm not going to touch gold right now. I'm still on a break from gold, but the chat, there's a potential setup there on gold. You've run liquidity here, and after you ran liquidity, you've had a quick stab through, displacing higher. You find out after you see displacement, where did this displacement start? It started down here after it grabbed all of this liquidity. So where did this liquidity run begin? It began right here on these 3 up close candles. 1, 2, 3. We pushed up, stabbed into liquidity, displaced away, breaking that high, leaving behind a breaker block and a fair value gap inside of that breaker block. There's a smaller one on the 10-minute time frame, up a little higher. Not really one here on the. There's one up there on the. You might be able to target this entry, but if you did, you would need to increase. I would put my stop. There's fair value gaps under here, so I would still keep my stop underneath the swing low, which means you're gonna have to extend your TP to somewhere up in there. So either one, you could take that fair value gap. I would probably want to see it dip in lower because gold, that's what gold does. It goes further than it's supposed to every single time. It never does what it's supposed to do. Anyway, there's gold. S&P still off of the daily lows there. NAS off of its daily lows. What's going on with US 30? I don't know why why US 30 is just, that chart's completely frozen. All right, dollar came back up into our volume imbalance, traded through it, found support off of it. This is an inverted daily fair value gap on our DXY chart right here. Let me pull that up for you. So we have this fair value gap over here that price found support off of. Once it traded through, we can anticipate a return to those areas, and we can anticipate that they become inverted in their support or resistance areas. And in this case, it would be an inverted bearish fair value gap. So you can see price ran right up into it yesterday, tapped up into it this morning and overnight, and has since fallen away off of that. So if price is going to continue bearish for the rest of our trading session today, you have these obvious imbalances here that price could be drawing towards to rebalance and fill in, provide efficient price delivery. So you've seen a run into liquidity and then a quick displacement away. So on the hourly time frame on dollar, you have this candle here because it encompasses all of the others. So on your hourly time frame, here's your breaker block. This hourly candle right here, high to the low, and obviously some fair value gaps currently, one on the lower end and one on the upper end. I always just like to target 50% of the breaker, and so that's where I would be looking for the dollar to potentially give us a pullback to and not just completely tank. I mean, it would be nice if price started to just work the way it always has and stop being the drunk uncle that is just erratic and all over the place. So that's what I'm kind of seeing on dollar here. You could bring this down into this 15-minute candle, and then you could target these fair value gaps right in here. But it could, there's a couple up here a little higher, but that's where I would be looking to see if we could get a pullback on dollar here in the next 2 to 3 hours to give us a setup down. It is falling pretty hard, so it may just do this that it did yesterday. It may just do that today just to completely rebalance, and there just may not be an opportunity to participate there, and that's going to be very unfortunate. It's already taken out. This is displacing above on the 15-minute time frame here. It's displacing above these highs, so you could potentially use this as your breaker. This is all of this move to grab this liquidity under here. All of this started on these candles. We pushed up, ran it hard, made one more dig, and started running. So you could potentially use some of this, maybe one of these in here, if you can get any kind of pullback there on euro dollar. I mean, on GBP, this might be the area wherein we could find a possible entry. On EU, it's displacing above these highs here. Not quite as aggressively as GU is. It's just tapping up into liquidity there. So you might be able to use these as an entries here. My preference would see it come back down into this area, but I just don't know that we're going to get that. Just don't know that we're going to get that today. I mean, it's done nothing since London. You come off the London low. This is probably the low of the day. At least that's your anticipation, is that this is the low of the day. And as soon as we can get some kind of pullback, we can pull a fib, wait for that OTE area, and then inside of our breaker, inside of our fair value gap, ready to go. All right, chat. We have about 30 more minutes until we do our final draw for our final bespoke funding 10K challenge. You have to be present to win, and you must have retweeted that link that I just put in the chat right there. If you haven't yet retweeted that link, that is the original post of the giveaway. If you've already retweeted it, you're good to go. You don't have to do it again. But if you're here in the stream and you haven't retweeted that link, you need to go do that, because the Twitter picker uses retweet. It scrapes the information from the retweets, and that's how we pick our winner. So I've got it ready to go, and as soon as we get to the top of the hour, we will pull that up and we'll do our giveaway. Yesterday we had 7 attempts before we found a winner. 6 people could have won a 10K challenge, and they just weren't here at 8 a.m. for a couple of minutes to win their 10K challenge. So I know life happens, but why would you sign up for a giveaway to win an account and then just not show up? I mean, it seems rather logical to me that that's how you should do it. But 6 people, man, I couldn't believe it. 6 people. We did have 72. We had our highest concurrent viewers at 72 yesterday, so new all-time high. So glad that happened. That was cool. 100 is kind of the big barrier for me. To see 100 viewers live on the stream at once would be pretty cool. I know that's not a massive amount of people watching a stream. I mean, when you have people like, there's people on Twitch, and there's other even traders like Raja and Patrick Wieland, and I mean, there's other guys that have multiple hundreds, if not thousands, of people watching their trading streams every day. So, but for me, just being 2 months old and having almost 100 people in here, I think if we hit that 100 viewer, that would be pretty awesome, I think. Red Ezekiel, let me get over here to the chat. I need to catch up with you guys and see what's going on. Oh, man. Matthew, no, not yet. Sorry, I know I'm going to scroll back through the chat, so just bear with me, guys. John, miss being here. Missed having you, man. Good morning, Dennis Dazzo. Afternoon, George. Hey, Michael D. Michael D, how's the challenge going? Braveheart. Michael D won the first challenge this week. Braveheart, hello. Muhammad, good morning. Biolamansky, good afternoon from Nigeria. How are y'all hunters doing today? I'm tired. I am lacking energy. That's how I feel right now. I want Price Touch Daily CE to short it because the institutional order flow is bearish. Yep. You could be looking to go short here for sure. It makes a lot of sense just to touch into those imbalances and then completely fall off. Are the news today something you avoid? So I do avoid the 8:30 news, the red folder news at 8:30. I will wait until it passes. But the 10 o'clock news, I will trade through if we have a setup after the 8:30 news. Muhammad, GU was a lot better on London session. Yeah, it did. You had this breaker right here. It tapped into it. It didn't get down into the 50% area, but once it displaced higher and closed outside of that breaker right here, it did come back down and tap into the top of that breaker. So that fair value gap entry would have been beautiful for GU for sure. For sure. Muhammad, I took a long and booked 3R. Good job, Muhammad. Shadow Trades, good evening. You must be over on the Asia side of the world, Shadow Trades, so welcome in. Michael Dahl, good morning. I was looking at that EU setup, but it's taking the draw and liquidity out now. I mean, technically, it is taking out the draw and liquidity, but all of this is a draw and liquidity, Michael. So it's left such a large imbalance up here, all of this could be draws on liquidity. I would anticipate it coming back up into this breaker here at least. So these 3 down candles were kind of the last, this was the last kind of big down movement here that ran all of this liquidity, and then it dropped. So at least, you know, somewhere up into the bottom of this wick would be where I would like, if it gets up that far, obviously, then we're not going to get a setup. But all of these could act as breakers. These down candles, these down candles, these down candles, these could all act as breakers and push price back away. So I would anticipate that it's going to come back up into this area here today. That's the initial draw on liquidity for me, not necessarily these wick highs here. Yes, there is liquidity above there, absolutely, but seeing how that moved yesterday, this area right here, maybe this fair value gap right in here would be my daily target potentially. We'll see if it gets up. See if it gets up there. I would think this one at least. Maybe this is the one I was looking at. Yeah, that lines up with that breaker on the higher time frame. That fair value gap at least, I think, is where price is gonna want to draw up to, but we'll see. We'll see. Aditya, hi, good morning. Dominic, come on, bro, get hyped up. I feel worse than you. I wish I could just hype myself up. Spiffy Spitty, a nice buckshot will wake you up. Absolutely, man. To see a win after an entire month of not seeing a take profit, I would wake up for sure, and that would put some juice in my veins. If check the daily CE, there is a bearish breaker above it at the 1 hour. There is, yes. Dominic, that's what we just pointed out. Let's get hyped up. 5-second chart. Do not want to watch the 5-second chart. That is just anxiety waiting to happen. That's all that is. Hey, GC just flying finally. I'm done this week. Good job. Michael just got a mail from Bespoke that I have 5 days to take a trade or lose our challenge. Been too long since I took a good setup. Yeah, they do have an inactivity rule. You do have to just take a micro lot trade. That's all you have to do. I mean, just take a micro lot. Put in a 0.01 lot on Eurodollar, open it, close it, done. Have you tried the TradingView desktop app that you can build a watch list and just use the space bar up or down? That's what I'm using. This is the desktop app. I like the tabs. I like the tabs up here, but this is the desktop app that we're using. Good morning, David Dreams. Welcome in, John, but your stop is at those equal lows. Yes, it is, but it's below the breaker and it's below the lowest fair value gap here inside there on the 15-minute time frame. So yes, those are relative equal lows there, but that's fine. EU's about to touch the 1 hour. Bearish unicorn. It's I would not use this right here. I would use these. These are the last 3 or 4 consecutive hours of bearish price action before we started this move up. And technically before you even hit this liquidity, these 2 right here are the last 2 down close candles before you start running buy side. So this creates buy side, we run it. We don't take out the next swing high until this displacement up here, and so that's these 2 candles. So you could I would either be looking for price to run up into this area, which is inside that fair value gap, or into this area, which is inside this fair value gap. And of course, it doesn't have to do either of those. It could just completely tank from there. GU potentially back down in here, but it's yeah. These big, huge, massive moves like this, it's just hard to ever predict which inefficiency it wants. So a lot of times, what you do is you just pop your fib on there, wait for it to get into a discount, find a breaker that lines up around that discount area, and use that. If we could get a pullback here, I could pull a fib off the London low, and then we could target a discount area here for us to potentially work with. Anybody show up afterwards? I'm not sure what afterwards means. John, what is that? The unicorn? That's the setup we use. It's the fair value gap with the nest. I mean, it's the breaker block with a nested fair value gap inside of it. A lot of traders call it the unicorn setup. When you can catch them, they're extremely rare, but they are extremely profitable. Nothing taken this week. Just waiting for my A+ setups. Good job, Michael. Stay patient. Too many losses taken. Shadow trades. If you're talking about you or you're talking about me, yeah, we've had 3 losses, and it's not fun. But current max losing streak over the last 100 trades is 4. So a win is right around the corner. I'm not worried about it. It doesn't freak me out when I get into a losing streak. I don't start questioning everything and doubting what I'm doing and wanting to change everything and find a new strategy. That's not how professional traders operate. They stick to their system. They know what their plan is, and they know more often than not they're going to be right. And over the course of a year, in the course of 100 trades, they're going to be profitable. Ash says Friday's a no trade day for me. Not a bad rule to have. I find Fridays to be profitable. I've passed, in fact, a couple of the challenges that we've had so far, a couple of phases, we've passed on Fridays. No on gold, no, not euro. First Friday is green for me today. I was about to take a short, but I remembered that you said about TGIF and that boom take profit hit. There you go, Muhammad. Oftentimes you do get that flip on Fridays where you get the relief from the big move of the week. So that does happen quite a bit on Fridays. So TGIF is kind of the play we're making here because the big move of the week was yesterday, and you can see the obvious imbalances over here that it may want to pull back up into. Hey, Cisco, you did not miss anything in the first half hour. Just did some analysis on some pairs, but there's no... Because we have news, I'm not going to call any trade setups out for myself until after the news hits. Other people maybe, I think, are already in some trades, but nothing from me yet. Hey, Trading Night, welcome in. Alpha Bridge, come on, guys. Smash that like button. Let's go. There's 40 of y'all in here. We can hit that like button. Let's hit it. I hit it. I liked my own stream. What do you know? Fossil Man, welcome in. John, can you show gold again? I was thinking the stops were at equal lows. Not necessarily at equal lows here. This ran liquidity. So you've run liquidity here and here. So all of this took out the sell side liquidity here, and then we displaced higher. We failed to make a new low and then displaced up. So price should not need to come back down below these lows right here. And they're not necessarily relative equal lows. These are relative equal lows. You see how much closer these are together? Relative equal lows here for sure. These are just a short-term, intermediate term low right here. Short-term low, intermediate term low. It doesn't need to come back down this low. Now it could just do this again because it's the gilded gal, but yeah, that stop just needs to be below that swing level here because gold does crazy gold things. Overplayful, will you remove the month of July from future trading years? No, I won't. I'll just trade. I really only don't trade the last couple weeks of December and the first couple weeks of January. Everything else I trade. So next July it may be awesome, and next June may suck. It's kind of hard to tell because you don't know what's going to happen month to month. The summer months definitely are a little slower and can be more erratic. I feel like my most profitable months are in the spring and the fall. So late spring and late fall. So like in September, October, November, and April, May, June, March, April, May, those are typically my most profitable months. But I still had profitable months last summer. I need to go back and look at last July, what we did. Before the live begins, hit that like button. How do you know you were going to like it, man? It could be horrible. You got to save that like. No, I'm grateful that you hit it. Is Mr. Alfie in here? I can't remember if I saw him or not. I need some more of you to be streaming over the weekend. That's what I need. I need some of you to turn on a playlist and just let it stream all weekend and pick up those public watch hours. Because for some reason there's a discrepancy between my analytics saying that I've got 3.1K public watch hours, but when I go to the earn monetization tab like I showed you, it says I've only got 2,785 public watch hours. So I don't know why there's a 400 watch hour difference between the two. Kind of weird. Mr. Alfie, there you are. I need you to get your streaming game back up and going. Fire those iPads back up. Adrian, get a couple hours in again. That would be appreciated. And hopefully by next week I can figure out how to get a nice overlay on here. The one that Bespoke gave me, it was just a little over the top. It felt just, I don't know. It just felt more like gamer vibe. I don't know, man. I'm just not. I need something more understated, but still cool. So, I don't know. I'm going to work something up. I'll figure it out. Talking about period, which period during the year is the best one to visit Texas? Ooh, good question. I mean, I don't know. It just depends on what you want to do. It just depends on what you want to do. Right now, it's miserably hot. It's miserably hot. July, August, and like the first half of September are brutal. It's so hot. The humidity and heat is just extraordinary. So if you don't like heat and humidity, then don't come July, August, or September. But beyond that, the rest of, honestly, the other 9 months are pretty awesome. They're just nice. Good weather. Occasional hurricane will blow through. But we haven't had. Harvey was kind of the last real bad one we had. Houston got hammered by Hurricane Harvey. Our house, the house we used to live in, part of it got flooded when Harvey came through. We had to replace a bunch of flooring and rugs and some furniture, drywall. But we did not have it as bad as a lot of people in Harvey. It was pretty horrible. DT, welcome back, bro. Back on the stream. Glad to have you. Bernard Tan, hello. I'm new here. Welcome, Bernard. I'm glad you're new. There's a seat at the table here, man. I think I should just say to all the new people, welcome home. Welcome home. We're glad you're here, and we're glad you're back. This stream is really all about you guys anyway. It's about helping y'all and making sure that everyone is learning and growing together. Would love to see dollar pull back up into this volume imbalance, this breaker block area there. We could get pound to pull back. This last swing push up here. Your discount is right there, which lines up with these breaker blocks in here. OTE level. Man, I would want to go, I think I might want to use this lower one. It's a better lineup for me. It's underneath the discount of this last swing up. And just target where those candles overlap right there. Use the lower fair value gap candle. Right there. And there's your target. So we'll kind of wait and see if GBP may give us a little bit of something like that. We'll wait and see. Euro, you're going to have to pull it off of this swing level right here. I think I'm just going to leave euro where it is. I don't know that I would change that too much. You could pull it off of this one, this swing level on 10-minute. And that would line up with this breaker right here. We'll just see what the news gives us first. We're not going to take any entry until after the news hits. The news will give us some more clarity there. Mohammed, what country did you choose on YouTube account? United States. US. Does that make a difference? Because I believe the new monetization is available for the United States, from what I understand. Is it not available to everybody? I thought they made it available to everybody, but maybe they didn't. Odemero, welcome in. Mr. Alfie, sorry my laptop has gone mute on me, so didn't hear anything after you asked if I was here going to have to reboot. Oh, sorry, man. Mohammed, make sure it's selected for US. It is. Possibility. Hey, Venator, I have an issue. I have a fantastic model with a win rate above 60%. That's a great win rate. On demo, I do well with it, but once on a live account, I lose with it. So is your win rate above 60% on a live account? That's the only win rate that matters. Just because you have a win rate on back testing There, I have never seen a strategy ever come close to the back tested win rate. Um, that's one of the dangers of just doing back testing all the time is you can find a strategy that has a really good win rate back testing, but it just never survives live market conditions. And mostly it doesn't survive those because of what's going on up here in between your ears that you can't ever replicate in a back testing session. So, really the biggest advice I have is go into the live market, reduce your risk, get 100 trades, and that's your true win rate. That's the win rate that you have to decide your risk management levels off of. Once you have 100 trades in a live market, you are now ready to analyze your data and go, okay, what was my true win rate? What was my true risk to reward ratio? What was my maximum win streak? What was my maximum losing streak? Those are all key key data points that you have to actually know whether you have an edge in the market. So you need that. As far as executing it, that's a discipline issue. Executing any system, executing the system that I'm doing here, it's a discipline issue. It's a commitment to follow your rules. And the more clear your rules are, the easier it is to follow. And if the box doesn't get checked, then it's a no trade. But it's back testing is very good. You have to back test. It's how you identify patterns. It helps you identify the rules that you need to enter trades, etc. But to actually replicate that in a live market, I don't even replicate I have about a 50 to 55% win rate with this strategy. And when I back test it, it's usually like 70 to 80%. So it's always going to, you guys may know of a different trader than me, but I don't know of any trader that can have a high win rate on a back test and then just go in and replicate that in a live market. It just doesn't happen. Candle Slayer says, I got an idea. If you let me, why not make a Telegram community where we can discuss more comfortable at your YouTube lives? I'm not sure. What's the difference between that? Is it just that you could like post charts and other things in the Telegram versus what we can do on the live chat? I'm not sure. What's the benefit of having a separate chat outside of the YouTube live? I'm just wondering. I'm not saying it's not a bad idea. I just don't understand it. Share analysis and help each other. I have a Discord created for Venator trading. I just haven't made it public for anyone. So we're getting close to the point where it makes sense for the tribe to have kind of a consistent place to go during the day when we're not on the stream or even while we're on the stream to do that. So I'm still learning about Discord and I don't really understand it. I might need somebody to be a moderator in there or help build it out because I don't. Again, I'm almost 50 years old and I don't understand. I'm a Gen Xer, man. I understand how to play video games, but I have not jumped on the how to build a proper online community. I'm still learning how to do it. So, but I do know I have a Venator channel. I actually think I created a Telegram Venator as well, just for branding purposes, so no one else would grab it. Mostly, when you create and you get your brand up, you're like, okay, well, I need to go lock all these down so scammers don't grab them first and try to screw my followers over. So I've got all of that set up basically. Surya Dev, nothing yet. No updates yet. We have news coming out, and we're about to do our drawing here in about 5 minutes or so. I always use limit orders. I don't do market execution ever. I am working on a strategy right now where that would be a market order strategy. And it's a simple, basically, it's a simple break of structure strategy that you would get in after certain swing levels are broken on the at the beginning of the next candle. I'm working on that strategy right now, trying to put together a good set of rules for it and seeing what the win rate is. But it's still in early development. Can you share a little about your life history? Yeah, maybe. Not right now, but maybe later. We can do a Telegram call during live so we could be talking directly by voice and sharing analysis better than describe it. Oh, okay. If you have time, could you give me a brief summary of what you're doing with the fibs? I'm still going through the ICT mentorship. Sure. We'll go through that probably after the drawing. Shadow trades. I create Discord servers. Cool. Well, maybe you can help me out. Aditya, I have good idea of Discord. I'm a software engineer. Awesome. Cool. Well, I am definitely probably going to need some help in just setting it up and making sure. Like I don't want people to be able just to edit themselves. And so there's some kind of like you have to give people roles, I think, and then you can set up you can have different channels, I think, or something in there that people or streams. I don't know what they're called. I used to work for a mobile game company doing social media. Awesome. Man, we've got several Discord pros in here, so that's going to be good for us. Telegram is easy than Discord, I think. Alpha Bridge says my strategy has a 75% win rate on backtest, but the live performance is around 60. So yeah, it is all about the real data. That's the real live market data that you need. Backtest is important. You have to do it, but don't get your hopes up super sky high when you find a backtest strategy with a 60, 70, 80% win rate. Just know it's going to be 20% lower probably. At least 10 to 15% lower than whatever you're backtesting with. And maybe more. All right, so a couple more minutes, and we will do our giveaway again. If you've yet to go in and retweet the giveaway, it's pinned to my Twitter profile. I'll put it one more time. Oh man, I'll put it up here one more time. There is the Twitter post. If you have yet to retweet that. Make sure you go and retweet that Twitter post and you'll be eligible to win because our Twitter picker will scrape the retweets to determine who our winner is. And they have to be present. Yesterday, we went through 6 people before we found our winner. And our winner yesterday, who won yesterday? Who was that? Oh, Matthew Hope. Matthew won yesterday. That's right. Michael D was Wednesday, and then Matthew was yesterday. So we'll see. I mean, there's only what is it? Oh, it's up to 53 people now. I don't know. It says, I don't know. One of my streams says there's 53 people. One says there's 32. So I don't know. And then what does this one say? 53. So it's probably like 53 people watching. You have a 1 in 50, and 2 of those are mine because I stream it on my phone in case something's going wonky. And then I have it on my laptop so that I can put comments in. So 2 of these are me. So you have about a 1 in 50 chance of winning currently. So yeah. That's even better than yesterday. Yesterday they were like 70. So you have a better shot of winning today than you did yesterday. But welcome in if you're just coming into see who wins the 10K challenge, welcome to the live stream. This is the 10K to $2 million funding challenge sponsored by Bespoke Funding, and part of their sponsorship, partnering with them, they have given us 10K accounts to give away. Bespoke Funding is probably it's my favorite firm out there to trade with right now. They have over $2 million in two-step funding that you can purchase, not scale to, you can purchase $2 million in funding. It's the highest in the industry, no time limits, 14 days to payouts. They have an auto close feature that if you hit your profit target in a trade, it will auto close it out for you, so you don't have to sit there and manage it. They've got so many great features. Their spreads are amazing. Next to zero slippage, trade copying, no news restrictions. They're at the top of the game right now, and they're doing a great job. So if you use code Venator, capital V, Venator, when you check out on any challenge, you get 15% off, and you get an 85% lifetime profit split, which is outstanding. It's better than the current promotions they're running right now on their own channels. It's a great discount. So if you're looking to buy a new challenge, get funded, trade with an excellent firm, I highly recommend Bespoke Funding. Use that code Venator Trading when you check out, and take advantage of that discount, and it will help the stream out as well. So, all right, let's get into our giveaway. Let me get my Twitter picker up here, and we'll walk through it together, and we'll see if we can find someone on the live stream today that see how many times it takes us. So we're going to load the tweet up here. Close all this ad stuff out. There we go. So it's loaded up the tweet, and we're going to have one winner. They must be following at Venator. Oh my gosh. I can't type when there's 50 people watching me. Venator Trading. What in the world? And they must be following at Bespoke Funding. All right, so you got to be following those two. They don't have to have a picture. Any tweet count, any account age, any since the last tweet, all fine. We'll hit continue. And we have 373 entries loaded, but there's only 58 people watching right now. So only 58 of the people who who registered for this giveaway are eligible to win. And so it may take us a couple, but all of your names are going to be in here. I'm not going to go through every page to show you, but they're all in there. Hey, John. There's John at the top of the page. But we'll hit draw. So we will hit continue here. And then we'll come up and we will begin the draw. Good luck to everyone. Thank you guys for tweeting out that post and engaging with it. I do hope that 60 people now. All right. I do hope that one of you loyal followers win this account. It's my deepest hope that that is what happens. So here we go. Good luck. The winner is Sage with a $. Sage Simwan. Are you here, Sage? Are you here in the chat? I will give you about 15 seconds. We're not going to wait long. Ancient Paths Saucity says that's me. All right, can you please DM me on Twitter right now? DM me on Twitter and let me see your make sure that's your Twitter handle, please. But congratulations. We will Agent Paths Saucity. Thank you so much for being in here. I don't think I've seen you in here before, but thank you for being here and watching. And DM me on Twitter. I'm going to go over there right now. And just to make sure that that was you, get some verification in here, and then I will give you instructions on how you can claim your account. We will wait for that message to come in. I'm going to leave this up until I see on Twitter. Just shoot me a DM and let me see that you actually are that person. I don't want to get scammed and give an account away to someone who's just trying to take advantage. And it's not that I don't believe you, but your name does not line up with your Twitter profile. That happens. It's fine. It doesn't have to be the exact same profile name. But let's see here. Messages. Sage, that's me. Simon. All right. You got it, buddy. Congratulations, Simon. Thank you so much for watching the stream, buddy. I will message you back here on what to do, on how to claim your prize. But way to go, man. Thank you so much for being here. Congratulations. Take advantage of that 10K challenge. Make the most of it. It is not a lottery ticket. Do not just go in there and try to pass that thing fast. Hang out in the stream. Learn how to pass challenges. You may already be funded. I don't know where you are on your trading journey, Simon, but I'm so glad that you're here, and I hope that you'll stick around and make the live stream a regular part of your trading community. So, good job, welcome in, and congratulations. I will message you here in a little bit, and maybe after I get off the stream, Simon. I'll give you instructions on how to claim that, but it will be today at some point in the next few hours. I'll get back to you on that. So, well done. Congratulations. I will be giving away 10K accounts every single week. This is going to be the home of the 10K account giveaway. That's going to be one of the new unique selling positions for the stream, I think. The home of the 10K account giveaway. Man, I would love to be able to do one of these every single day. I got to talk Bespoke Funding into that. I don't know that they would want to do that. But that would be kind of cool, man. Give one 10K account away every single day on the live stream. That's 20 a month at least. They did not give me that many to give away. I promise you. It's not anywhere close to 20. But it's enough to do at least one per week, and actually more than one per week on some weeks. So we'll be doing that every single week. So if you didn't win one today or you didn't win one this week, it's fine. You're going to have a lot more opportunities. Just follow along on Twitter, and you'll be notified of when those are going to take place. In fact, not everything is going to be, not every giveaway will be done on Twitter. We may just do some here in the live stream, a flash giveaway one day. So we'll see, where it's just, you just show up and you don't know, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, I'm going to do a giveaway, and we'll just pick some random way to do it. Maybe we'll let the chat vote on who gets the 10K. I don't know. We'll see. They did not, when Bespoke gave me the challenges to give away, they said, you can do whatever you want with these. You can give you however you want to give these away. It's totally up to you. So I can just hand pick people. I can do competitions. I can do Twitter giveaways. I can do YouTube subscribers. I think the next one we do will probably be YouTube subscribers. Try to get the YouTube subs up to about 1,000. Because we're at basically at 700 subs right now on YouTube. I'd like to get that up over that 1,000 number. That's the next big step for the live stream subs, is to get that over 1,000. So the next couple may be YouTube subs and comments on YouTube videos or shorts or something like that. But I like immediately how everybody's like, don't lie. Congratulations, Simon. Thanks for watching. And it did sound a little sus when you see their name, you see their Twitter profile come up on the draw, and then they say that's me, and it's a totally different name. It is totally sus. It's fine, but that's just the way it works. But congrats to you, man. I'm glad you are here and glad we won on the very first one. It doesn't create a lot of drama and suspense and anticipation when the very first person wins. That happened on Wednesday, and then yesterday we had to draw 6, and then today the first one's here. So I'm glad you were in and glad you could win. John, I take back that sus. Yeah, I did want to verify. I did want to verify. We went through the verification process. It all checked out. I like that better. Yeah. Muhammad, YouTube Flash giveaway, loyal follower giveaway, Discord giveaway, competition giveaway. All of those are great, and we're gonna have a ton of challenges to do all of those with. So I promise you guys are gonna have. I'm going to make sure the giveaways are if we're gonna do, if I'm not just gonna hand pick someone, they're gonna be geared toward helping you guys win. I promise you. Not to the masses on Twitter that are just liking and commenting and then don't show up to the stream. I want to use these accounts to help you all that are here watching. So that's really my heart behind everything that I do here on the live stream, is to help you guys. So you guys are my fam, man. You're the tribe, and you deserve to win. I think of all the giveaways we've done 6 giveaways, and I think at least 4 of them have gone to regular viewers here on the stream. So that's a pretty good percentage rate of giveaways that are going to our loyal followers. So stick around. By the end of the year, you're probably going to have a great opportunity to grab one of those for yourself. A 10K every hour. I wish I could do 10K every hour. 3 a day. That's 15 a week. Or maybe 2 a day. That's still 10 a week. They're not going to give me that many accounts to give away. That's not going to happen. The home of the funded trader. Now I like that. I like that, Muhammad. Building funded traders. I like that. That would be kind of cool. All right, so here's what we're watching. We'll get back over here to analysis now. Here's what we're watching on GU. We're basically anticipating some kind of retrace off of this big move up. Back down into a discount level, lines up with this breaker block. This is the last up close candle before we had this aggressive run down into sell side liquidity once we've displaced back up through it. And I'm using this one mostly because this is the one that is in a discount also of this swing leg up. But inside of this breaker, you have a fair value gap there, and you have another one below it. I would just target right in the middle of that area. And the stop is down below the lowest fair value gap candle. So that's what we're looking at here. But again, no trade until you have, until you get through the news here in about 15 more minutes. So we're going to let the news hit, and then we will look to see what's going to happen. Similar setup here on EU. You have this breaker candle right here that ran liquidity, but then you had all of this chop, and then it's displaced higher. So this is the breaker that we're kind of waiting for price to come back on euro dollar. It would be in a discount. It would be inside the OTE. It is a little bit of a deeper dig. I like GU, I think, a little bit more than EU here, but either one could potentially work out. For either one of those trades to work out, we're going to need the dollar to come back up to this breaker. This is a very clean breaker off of this liquidity grab. So you have this run of liquidity here, quick stab up, and then after it grabs this liquidity, we have an aggressive move away. And then as it breaks through and displaces below, we identify where the fair value gaps are. There's a very nice little fair value gap inside here. So we would need the dollar to pull back up here, stab up into this breaker. That will allow GU to pull back, and that would allow EU to pull back as the dollar strengthens there, potentially on this news. We'll see. GJ is pushing up. US 30 still frozen. I need to, let me just close that out. Let me add in another, let me add it back in. Let me see if I can get it to US 30 on ACAP. There we go. Where did it go? Oh, I put it on the wrong, damn it. There we go. I need it over here on this one. US 30 on ACAP. Now, why is this not wanting to load? Is ACAP having an issue with US 30? Let me check my MT5. I mean, it looks like it's working on MT5. But for whatever reason, we can't get ACAP to pull up US 30. That's unfortunate. Setup here, we're looking at gold. I'm not going to trade this because I am taking a break from trading gold, but there is a nice clean breaker here. Nice, some imbalances. There's one at the top here and one at the bottom. Because gold does what gold does, it wouldn't surprise me if it whipped all the way back down into this fair value gap. It wouldn't even surprise me if it just whipped all the way down and then whipped all the way back up and did whatever it does because it's gold. Staying away from it, but there is a breaker block set up there on gold. So that's, you got to watch that yourself. Mr. Alfie, I'm back. Somehow managed to mute the video, so didn't need to reboot after all. Didn't hear anything after you asked if I was here. Sorry. It's all right. I've done the mute thing before too and thought there was major issues, so no worries. Mr. Alfie, all I was saying is that our YouTube watch hours are a little funky because on my stats page, my analytics page, it says that I have 3.1 thousand watch hours. But when I go to the monetization page, because I want to, I told you that we were eligible for that first step in monetization, which is 3,000 watch hours. The monetization page says that I only have 2,700. So there's a 400-hour discrepancy between the public watch hours on my analytics page and what the monetization page says I have. So all I was saying was keep your laptop open over the weekend and stream those playlists because for whatever reason the monetization side of the stream says that I don't have as many public watch hours as the analytics page says we have. So SMT on GU and DXY, meaning that GU has taken out this buy side liquidity. Well, no, I mean they both have taken out. That's the 13-hour candle on Thursday. And that's the 13-hour candle. The 12-hour candle on Thursday, GU took out. EU and DXY often move much more in correlation with SMT, so there's really no, I don't see the SMT there. You've taken out lows, you've taken out highs, you've taken out this high, and you've taken out that low, so no real SMT there for me that I see. No, did not take a limit entry already. We're going to let the news pass first. Bernard, we're not going to take anything until the news. Sorry, I just saw your question on there. Mohammed, sometimes I have the same issue. I close the window and open a new one. It's issue with TradingView. That's so weird. Like, it's just spinning. Every other chart is working. I wonder if I tried it on a different US 30 on Pepperstone. I don't know what's going on with it. I'm just gonna close it. We'll have to. We may not have any look on US 30 today. What is A book and B book in trading? These are new to me. So A book and B book. A book is when your trades are actually in the live market. So whether you're using a broker, like let's say you have a live account, a live funded account, personal account, like you're using your money, you deposit it into a broker. There are brokers that will not actually put your trades, they will B book your trades that you're taking on your funded account. B booking is just, it's an internal server. It's basically them uh, using your information for their own benefit. A booking is when your trades actually go into the market. So from a prop firm perspective, all of our accounts on these challenges are demo accounts. In other words, they are being B booked. They are not being put into the live market. They are just paper trading demo accounts. They're using live market data to for you to trade on, but you're not actually participating in the live market. That's called B booking. A booking for a prop firm means that the prop firm has opened that gate and now your trades are going into the live market. So that's called A booking. Prop firms need to A book a certain percentage of their consistently profitable traders. Otherwise, if all they ever do is just rely on revenue from failed challenge fees to pay out their profitable traders, it's an unsustainable model for them. So they have to be very specific about which funded traders that they're actually A booking into the market. So just because you're a funded trader does not mean your trades are going into the live market. That's a prop firm decision on the back end that they're never going to tell you. So you have no idea. And honestly, they could actually be reverse trading your trades in a live market while you're taking a challenge. So there's different ways for the prop firms to utilize the trading data that they're getting from all of their traders. If most of these people are failing, it makes sense to them to reverse trade. Let's say someone has failed 12 challenges in a month. Well, the next time that person buys a challenge, that prop firm could just reverse trade that trader because that trader is consistently identifying the opposite direction of the market. And so they could just take the opposite trade of whatever that and they could make a profit on that. But really what they're trying to do is trying to find consistently profitable traders and A booking those traders into the marketplace so that when that trader's getting paid out, it's actually on the profits that trader is truly making in the live market. They can also copy trade that trader, so they could A book that trader, meaning that they actually put his trades into the live market. And option two would be that they still B book that trader, but they just copy trade his account onto their firm's master accounts that are in the live market. So they have different ways that they can do all of those things, but that's the difference between A booking means your trade is going into the live market. It's actually in the marketplace. B booking means you're just demo trading. It's not actually going into the live market. You're just paper trading. Even if you're funded, most of the funded traders are still B booked. That's just the way the system works. That's the way the industry works. Prop firms are not A booking every single funded trader that they have. They're going to want to see a long history of consistency from a trader before they start copy trading or A booking those traders. Very short little information on that. Rob, you missed the draw. You did miss the draw, Rob, but you did not win. Simon won. I can't remember his profile name. It was some weird profile name that I had never seen before here. But he did DM me and verify its identity, and so we're good to go. He won. Mr. Alfie, I would, but I'm on vacation next week, so won't be back until a week on Tuesday. We'll see how much I can do on my iPad. Hey, any streaming you can do over the weekend from any of you guys, I would appreciate it. We're going to get to that 3,000 watch hours. It's just a matter of time. I was just hoping that when I saw it hit the analytics page, I just assumed that if YouTube analytics says I have this many public watch hours, why it would be different on the monetization side of things. I don't know. The only thing I could think of is that the monetization side is delayed behind the live analytics. So if the live analytics are updated, let's say every 12 hours or every hour, maybe the monetization side of things is like on a 24-hour delay or a 48-hour delay. I don't know. That's the only thing I could think of. So I'll check it again tonight and tomorrow and see if it changes. It should change every day because live stream viewers count towards watch hours. So if there's 40 to 50 of you watching a 2-hour stream, that's 80 to 100 watch hours right there. Close and restart. I might have to do that. I heard today that DXY is C57% versus Euro, 14% Yen, and 12% Pound. Rest are smaller. I'm not sure what that means, Cisco. My ACAP US 30 is fine on TradingView. Might be worth restarting the app. Yeah, I probably need to do that. Everybody's US 30. It's just it's my TradingView issue, it looks like. All right, we got about 2 more minutes here till the news. I'm not going to restart TradingView until we'll look at all that after we get through the news here. Chase just got on. How's it been today? It's been okay. We've had a good stream so far. Did our draw. We've done our analysis. We know what we're kind of waiting for and looking for. And now we're just waiting for the Red Folder news to hit at 8:30 in about 2 more minutes. And then we'll see if we get an opportunity to participate today. We haven't taken a trade all week. This would be our very first week since we started the stream. If we don't take a trade today, this will be the first week we go an entire week without taking one trade. And that's just the way July has gone. It's been horrible. Bakan, good afternoon. Welcome in, Cisco. There's some guy on Instagram who reverses the signals from some signal groups. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. It really does make a lot of sense. Just to do the opposite of whatever, pay for a signal service and then just do the opposite. I bet he does pretty well with that. What is the main revenue source of prop firm? Probably the main revenue source is challenge fees. I would think that's the main revenue source. I think the goal of every prop firm is to that be, I think they would all love that they find enough traders that they can consistently make a massive amount of money from finding good traders, but they definitely rely on challenge fees. Probably no one that I know of has disclosed that information, the percentage of profits from trading versus prop firm challenges. That would be an interesting stat, true transparency. But no one that I don't think there's any prop firm that has divulged that information. Alpha Bridge, that makes sense because we know that more than 60% of the funded trader going to blow up their funded account in the first 3 months. It is crazy. Most funded traders lose their accounts in the first 3 months, which is why they're not booking most funded traders. They are paying them out from failed challenge fees or reverse trading bad traders. They all have algorithms that help identify. There's the news hit. They all have algorithms that identify the best the best traders or the best people that what they should be doing. I'm going to pull up the Forex Factory News here page. So our numbers are coming in. Our core price, personal income was 0.3%. They were expecting 0.5, so that was a little lower. Unemployment cost index was 1%, which is almost right. They were expecting 1.1. It came in at 1.0, and the core price index came in as expected at 0.2. So personal spending up just a little bit. Personal income down just a little bit. Whatever it is, it's bad news for the dollar currently on that news pump there. Reaching up right into that 1 hour breaker area that we had talked about right here. Didn't quite get up into that fair value gap. It may still do that. We'll see. But you can see the dollar grabbing some sell side liquidity, may want to come back up here now. So we'll see. Just watching and waiting as the market absorbs that information there. Euro reaching right back up into, didn't get quite to that breaker. Didn't quite get into that fair value gap that we identified there, but it did get pretty close there. So interesting to see how that all plays out. Oh. Bank of Japan did some policy tweaking out of the blue, and there were some massive moves on yen pairs yesterday because of that. Hey, puppies. Hi. Good morning. Where's your mama? She's still in bed? Yeah. I don't know if you can see him. Maybe a little bit. Where is he? Hey. That's Remy. Remy the golden doodle. His little brown nose, black nose. You can see just his face. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. All right, go lay down. Go lay down. Good boy. All right, so we'll see how the dollar responds here. If it wants to pull back, it did grab liquidity. GU grab liquidity here, and EU grab liquidity. So it didn't pop down. I was kind of hoping it would pop down to start a retracement and then wind back up. Instead, it popped up and grabbed some more buy-side liquidity. So we'll just have to watch and wait and see what's going to happen. Cisco, I just meant the weightings in the dollar index. Oh, I see. Yeah, the DXY is a basket of currencies. I see what you're saying. Now I understand what you're saying, Cisco. I got you. Kirby's still the best. Kirby is, man, that dude has recovered. So we had surgery. If you guys were on the stream, we had all of his teeth pulled because they were just rotting out of his mouth, and he literally smelled like death just from rotting teeth in his mouth. And it's kind of a genetic thing with that breed for the older dogs. And so anyway, we spent hundreds of dollars on a vet bill to get his teeth pulled, and I was kind of hoping there was a pretty big risk because he's 17 years old that they were like, hey, sometimes these old dogs just don't wake back up. And I was like, that would be so unfortunate, but not really. Because he's just a turd, man. He is just a grumpy old man. But I got to tell you, since he's had his teeth pulled, he has found a new lease on life. And there is a pep in his step. And it's like he's 10 years old again. unfortunately. That means he's probably going to be around for another 5 years. Those little dogs seem to live forever. Those little dog breeds, they very, very often will just live into their 20s, which it's always the ones that you don't like a lot that live the longest. It's the ones that you love that leave you too soon when it comes to fur babies. All right, well, so we've had our news hit here. Um, Price grab liquidity and has is starting to pull back up a little bit. It's not super crazy. Gold popped up a lot higher and now is pulling back, grabbing all that buy side liquidity there. So may not be the best entry here. It may just continue down after kind of trickling back up from this big move, trickle down just to drop pretty heavily. S&P not giving much reaction there at the 830 open. Pretty much open. It just wicked up, wicked down, and it's back towards its open. Nas as well. We shall see. Time will tell. The daily fair value gap below could be the real drawn liquidity on euro. Yes, this right here, you do have this. I'm going to take that out right there. This drawn liquidity, this fair value gap right there, could be the drawn liquidity, but we'll see. It's inside the OTE area. It's in a discount. It's tapped in. It's filled in the weekly fair value gap, and now it's pulling off of those weekly lows. My guess is that the low of the day is in from the London session, which would also be the low of the week. I could be wrong. I've been wrong a lot this month. Well, 3 times, not a lot. I've been wrong 3 times. So we'll watch and wait and see. Oh, you just used the breaker blocks for the extremes, right? Hey, I said, hey, how are you? You're okay? All right, good. I try to use the breaker blocks from the most recent grab on liquidities, but sometimes, like on GU, I'm using the one over here because it's in a discount of the previous push up. So price would need to pull back into a discount of all of these massive imbalances here. So quite a few fair value gaps over here. Look for a discount area, and that would be a potential entry. It lines up with this breaker. This up close candle right before we grabbed all this sell side liquidity. This was the last up close candle before we ran liquidity here. I would have preferred to find a breaker block down here, but that would have been overnight while I was asleep. So that's where I prefer to find them, but you can use them over here, and it works. Almost tapped it. Gosh. Got a 12-year-old pug Shih Tzu cross. He's great, but a very grumpy old man. I don't know what it is about these little dogs, man. When they get old, they just turn grumpy, and he is grumpy. Yes, he is. How's the FIFA World Cup going? The women's FIFA World Cup's going on. What's the update on that? And Michael Dahl, I did not watch the Manchester United Real Madrid match that happened here in Houston. I I thought I had ESPN Plus, but I did not. And there was another show I wanted to watch that was more interesting. So I didn't watch the friendly match there. If you have time, could you give a quick overview of what you're doing with the fibs? If not, we could look another time. Sure. So the fibs, these are ICT levels here. So on the fib level, you just draw it from your last swing before your impulse move. So your displacement. So you pull it from the top to the bottom, and then you have your 50%, which is identifies when price is in a premium or discount. So you don't want to buy price when it's in a premium. You want to wait for price to get into a discount, and that's at 50% is equilibrium. So anything above 50% is a premium, and anything below 50% is a discount. So if you're looking to go long, you're going to want to see price come back into a discount of that displacement leg. Okay, so that's the first fib that you kind of want to look for, is that 50%. So if you want to go long, you want to buy below 50%, and you can target a breaker block, a fair value gap, an order block. You just find a PD array below 50% as an entry point. Your next fibs here, these three fibs together represent your optimal trade entry target. The 0.62, the 0.705, and the 0.79. Anywhere in here is called an optimal trade entry. And it's a very easy way to just identify an entry on a pullback. So if price is trending, you're going to want to wait for price to come back into an optimal trade entry, and that's your best place to enter on a retrace, is the optimal trade entry. So, on the daily time frame that we were looking at earlier, I had said you can see here's the run up on this displacement leg, right? So you pull your fib from the top to the bottom. Price has come back down from this big push up. Price has come back down, moved into a discount below the 50%. It's tapped into the optimal trade entry. They call this the sweet spot. This 0.705 is the sweet spot of the optimal trade entry. But anywhere in here, you could take a position and you would just have your stop below, outside of the OTE fib areas. But that's how ICT uses the fibs. The extensions are just potential take profits that you could use. The 0.27, 0.5, and 0.1 extension are typical profit targets. I just do 1 to 2. I don't use the standard deviations for profit targets. But you can see here on the 1 hour time frame, we've put in a low, we failed to make a new low, we've changed structure, we've displaced higher. We haven't closed above this level. We did not displace above that low. I mean that high, this swing high. We've just kind of tapped into liquidity, but you could expect price to at least pull back into this area. The 4 hour, you can see, is tapped up into and rebalanced this, which is also in line with this 4 hour breaker right there. This down close candle pushed up, ran buy side. We displaced through it. Price has come back up, tapped into this 4 hour breaker. That may be what sends price lower for the day. On the daily and the weekly, we're still bullish mostly, but I'm not opposed to thinking that this could be a bearish move down for the rest of the day. I'm more inclined to think that you get a little bit of a pullback here off of this volume imbalance. If the dollar reaches up into this volume imbalance, into this breaker, it probably is going to roll over from there. I would think. You've had all this consolidation, you've grabbed liquidity, and then you displaced back through after grabbing that liquidity. So I'm more inclined to be slightly bearish dollar here. I would like to see it climb back up a little bit higher. We're through the news now. So I think I'm going to call out these trades. I like these setups here on EU and GU. I think I like GU better. Ruined my sleep for an 0-2, not worth it. This is why I just can't get into soccer, man. Was it just a bad match? What were you expecting? Like 2-2 or 2-3 or 4-2? I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of 0-1s, 0-2s in soccer. Maybe I'm wrong. If you're struggling for trading view, give the Mayor of Kingstown a watch. I love Mayor of Kingstown is a great show. We have watched that. Is there a second season out of that? Mayor of Kingstown? I've watched my wife and I loved the first season. Is there a second season of Mayor of Kingstown out? I don't know if there is. Risk 2% per trade, Atlas. Have a good weekend, Moby Dick. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next week. GU is stronger, I think, and better set up on the 1 hour than EU. I do like the GU trade setup, I think. This breaker right here on EU could be where we reach back into, and it stops right there. GU, I think we have potential. I don't know. All right, I'm going to set up this GU trade here. Set up a sell limit on this GU trade. Let me pull up my MT5. Pull my microphone over on this side. GU, I am looking for 15-minute. I'm looking for an entry. About right there with my stop under that candle, and my TP would be right about there. That's what I'm looking for on GU. I don't know if it's going to come back that hard, though. It may not. There it is. All right, I'm going to set that buy limit. And then I'm going to update my entry here to 338 and 127 and 782. So there we go. I'm going to copy that out and put that on Twitter here real quick. GBP USD buy limit. Oops, I can't type. Entry is 1.28338. Stop loss is 1.28127. TP is 1.28782. There's the image. All right, we're tweeting that out. The euro dollar trade, if it can pull back, I have a feeling it's going to be off of this breaker right here. But we'll just watch and wait. We'll see what happens. GU trade is set and ready to go, so now it's just a waiting game. If I'm going to discard this trade, it would probably be probably would be up here above this 1 hour fair value gap. If it taps into this 1 hour fair value gap before it gives us an entry, I would probably let that trade go. Or if it gets past the 10:30, 11 o'clock hour, also would probably just let that go. Yeah, I think I like how all of that is looking there. We do still have some red folder news. The revised Michigan consumer University of Michigan consumer sentiment comes out at 10 o'clock. That could give another little pump somewhere, one way or another. But that's all we're basically doing right now. Now we're in a watch and waiting game. See if there's any other setups that form, but this is the setup that all right. I can stay on a pretty good while today. We'll see how long it goes. See, we've already been on 2 hours. We'll stay on for at least 30 more minutes. Maybe a little bit longer. Coming into the 9 o'clock hour here. The Night Agent. Sorry, I'm just catching back up with the stream over here. Night Agent was great. I loved the Night Agent. I thought it was fantastic. Very entertaining. Michael says the match was fine, but United can't score goals if their life depended on it. Probably because we don't employ an actual striker. I thought Man U was the best in the world. You are absolutely not wrong on sucker. John, was that an intentional misspelling? Was that an intentional misspelling? I think it was. New goalkeeper was great. We did some decent ball control in parts of the game, but yeah, we really need a striker. He said I meant soccer. John, I don't believe you. I feel like you misspelled that intentionally. Gonna use your promo code for a new account on Monday. So excited. Thanks, Chase. I hope you take advantage of it. It is a great discount. I hope all of you guys will take advantage of it. The more people that take advantage of that discount, the longer our partnership with Bespoke will probably stay intact, because ultimately they're sponsoring the stream to generate revenue for Bespoke. So the more you guys use that discount code, the better it will be for our partnership, and the more perks they'll probably end up. More accounts, better accounts, maybe better discounts, who knows. So yeah, use that discount. Thanks for doing that. Bernard, hello. How much do you risk per trade? 2% per trade. But I have the live market data that allows me to be comfortable risking 2% per trade. I do not advise anyone to risk 2% per trade if you don't have the market data, the live market data that shows you over your last 100 trades, what is your win rate? What is your max losing streak? What is your true risk reward ratio? Until you have all that information from 100 trades in a live market, you should not be risking 2% per trade. I'm comfortable doing that. The monthly candle is about to close today, so I don't expect too much. Actually, the monthly candle will close Monday. July 31st is Monday, so there is one more day of candle after today. But yes, it is basically the end of the month. Kudos Bro says, is the lower breaker that took out the sell side liquidity of that consolidation area also a valid zone to look at if the current setup fails? Yes, you could definitely look for a lower breaker down in here. My guess is, though, if it's going to reach that low, it's just going to collapse like it did yesterday altogether. Man U is the biggest in the world. How we don't employ a striker that isn't injured 90% of the season is beyond me. Man, I have the same feeling about baseball. It's like you guys you have this incredible franchise, like Houston has this incredible franchise. We've won the World Series multiple times. We're in this window of like domination. And there's obvious holes in the lineup and the pitching staff. And it's like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Sometimes the decisions that they make for that kind of stuff. How dare you? John, we know you too well, man. You like to stir the pot, and you like to poke the bear. I would not put it past you at all to misspell soccer as sucker. Hey, Corey. Are you just joining us? How's your trading going? Daz, set up a playlist on loop with 23. 23? Oh, okay. You're just playing through the playlist. Okay. Just loop it. That's a great thing to do, man. Let's see, 23, that's at least probably like 50 hours worth if you're doing 23 streams, because they're each about 2 hours. Some are a little bit more, 2.5 or 3. So you're probably looking at around 50 hours. And if you stream it, it would take you more than 2 days to stream all 23. But it all adds up. If 2 or 3 people did that in a couple days, that's 300 hours. Thank you, Daz. Thanks for doing that. Michael, although we are trying to buy a Danish striker talent, so that's a sign to me. Dude, what happened with Mbappe? Didn't he like doesn't want to go to the Saudi team and like refused a meeting? Is that what I read? He refused to sit down and have a meeting with the Saudi team that was trying to buy out his contract. Like he does not want to go, it sounds like. The Saudis are just trying to buy elite athletes right now. They started the LIV Golf that competed with the PGA, and they just started throwing tons of cash at all these professional golfers to leave the PGA and come over to their tour. It's pretty crazy how much they have just started. They just are throwing their money around, and they think money is the only thing that matters to these athletes. But evidently there's more in it than just money. So there's other stuff involved, it sounds like. So how many limit orders will you place a day? Basically just whatever the market gives me, really. I think we've placed 2 this week, and one of them we canceled, and this is the first one that is still in play. So there have been weeks where we place 1 limit order every single day. And then there's weeks like all of July, it's basically been 1 a week. So it just depends on if the setup shows up or not. Just depends on if the setup shows up or not. That's really what it comes down to. I haven't traded today. Probably a good thing. If we watch old streams on double speed, does it count only the time we watch or the length of video? That's a good question. I'm going to Google that. YouTube watch hours if watched at 2x. YouTube watch time is the total amount of minutes viewers spend watching your videos. When counting watch time, the platform takes into account the playback speed. If a viewer speeds up your video 2x, watch time for this view count is 2 times less. So it looks like if you watch it at 2x, it lowers the view time. So you have to watch it at normal speed, or I guess you could watch it at half speed and increase the view time. So yeah, that answers your question. 2x speed does change. 2x speed, just leave it running on mute. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It whether it's 2x or 1x, just leave it on mute and let it run. If you're looping it, it doesn't matter. It definitely, it looks like it does take into account how fast you watch it. It's total time while you're watching, while the video is playing, how much time the video is playing. So if you watch a 2-hour video on 2x speed, that's only 1 hour of watch time. Michael says, yeah, he would rather run out his contract on the bench at PSG. I mean, the guy's got some, he's turning down a lot of money. He's got obviously priorities and values are super important to him. So might get tagged in on GU. Maybe. We got the open of the 9 o'clock hour. We needed to push down. Let's see. It got down to 28, basically 28.49, and we needed to go to 33. So it's still got a good 15 pips or so to go before we would get tagged in there. But this is where I thought EU would come down. I thought EU would come down into this breaker, and then it turns there. So dollar coming back up into the breaker here now. So we'll see if it wants to maintain this strength, or if it wants to if these fair value gaps are going to be where in here it slows down, basically, is where I'm going to be kind of watching. Where does the dollar want to slow down in here? GJ is super strong, ripping through on the yen. Gold coming back down into its breaker right here. S&P climbing, Nas grabbing, reaching back up into that liquidity from yesterday's sell-off here, rebalancing all that now. And dollar ripping higher on the yen as well. If you see these two good setups, will you take both? No, I'm only going to take the GU setup. I like the EU setup. I just I prefer the GU setup here. Would like to wait till 10, maybe. Yeah, we got some more news coming out in an hour, so it's eyeball time on the screen by the sounds of it. No worries, just leave it at normal. Yeah, either way, if you loop it at 2x speed, you get through the videos faster, but it's the same amount of time. It's total time that a video is being played. So 2x speed, 1x speed, whatever. If it's on mute, it doesn't really matter if it's just running in the background. GBP seems too strong today. Smells like a classic Friday manipulation. Alpha Bridge, you mean it seems like it's too strong to the buy side and it's just manipulating and you think you're short here? Is that what you're talking about, Alpha Bridge? You have a bearish bias on GBP. Michael says, I took a short on EU just to get this inactivity rule reset on Bespoke. Not a bad play. I mean, it's grab liquidity there. It's definitely rebalanced some stuff. You're anticipating a pullback from the London run up, so could work out. Hey, love. Dollars reached up into this fair value gap inside of that breaker. So right there, it's where my eye goes to see how does it respond to that fair value gap. You have one more up here and it lines up with that 15-minute order block. On the 1 hour, you're inside this 1 hour order block right here. So these two up close candles get displaced through. So this is a bearish order block right here. You had to break a structure. So I'm anticipating that that's where the dollar turns around here and starts to pull back off of that fair value gap inside this breaker. This down close candle initiated this run of buy side liquidity overnight, and then we had a quick displacement away from that buy side liquidity grab. After a big move up, you're anticipating a retrace. So I'm guessing it's going to want to try to rebalance some of this. This being the high of the week, the high of the day. I'm not anticipating a new high of the week or the high of the day here on Friday. But we'll see. Again, we could be wrong here, but what's your opinion or thoughts on mechanical trader versus discretionary trader? What do you think is better? I think that probably 98%. I think 98% of traders will benefit more from a mechanical trading system than discretionary. I think there are very few consistently profitable discretionary traders. They're just few and far between. The mental mindset, the psychology, all that goes into how they view the market, they're just wired differently. And so I think now a lot of times they are the most profitable traders. But in general, I just don't think that most people have the mindset and the ability to consistently execute at a high level like that. And sorry, my wife's over there. They don't have the ability to consistently execute at a high level. So my advice is always start with a mechanical trading system. Until you can become consistently profitable, start with a mechanical trading system. As mechanical as you can be. There's going to be some discretion almost in every single strategy, every single system out there. There's going to be some discretion that you have to use. For instance, on this, the discretion on my trading system was there displacement? Is that actual true displacement? Was there a true grab of liquidity? Which breaker is the best breaker to use? So there is some discretion even on the strategy that I use. And almost every single strategy out there has some discretion that you're going to have to employ. The more rules, well, not the more rules, the more clear your rules are on how to take a trade, typically it's probably going to be better for those that are struggling to trade. Discretionary traders are, man, they're just very rare, the good ones. Patrick makes discretionary trading seem super easy, especially if you buy his indicator and buy his course and pay for the subscription to his channel. Yeah, man, you can do exactly what I do if you just pay for all of this stuff. What's his indicator? Does he use the map book? Is that what he uses? Is that his indicator? Or does he have a specific Patrick Wieland indicator that he uses? I can't remember. But he is a discretionary trader. There's another guy that's kind of, he's not super discretionary. Matt, there's another futures trader, Matt Trades or Trades by Matt or something like that. He uses like VWAP and Delta as his strategy, but he implements a lot of discretion trading as well. Uh, in his own words, if you're too broke to buy these things and I can't help that, you will miss out on everything. Don't be a brokey. That's one. That's one of his, along with Lux Algo something something. I got you. I got you. Lux Algo makes some pretty nice indicators, and I think this is a Lux Algo. Yeah, this breaker block uh, indicator that I have on the screen here. I don't use it. I should just delete it, but I keep it up there. But that's a breaker block. It just shows you where breaker blocks are. That's all it does. But that's a Lux Algo indicator. He does. He's pretty good at building and programming a lot of smart money indicator type stuff. Candlestick says, I took only the setup that goes with the institutional order flow, and it must be premium to short or discount to long, and same thing for DXY. Oh, ICT Candle Slayer. How long have you been trading the ICT concepts? John says, trades by Matt. That's the guy. Yeah. I've watched him several times. Patrick will show Matt's live stream and ridicule Matt's losing trades. Patrick is just, he's the Raja Banks of futures traders, basically. That's what Patrick is. He's the Raja Banks of futures traders. He just is going to be aggressive. He's going to be loud. He's going to be a bully. He's going to be obnoxious. And he knows that he's entertaining. That entertains people, and people will watch because it's polarizing. They want to see how outrageous he can be today. Jeez, Maggie. I may have to mute my microphone here for a minute. Dogs are going crazy out there. I love ICT concept Lux Algo. 1 year. That's a little bit. I've been doing ICT stuff for about, really got into it in the 2022 mentorship, so about a year and a half. But I started to get into his stuff in 2021, just deep diving into all of his stuff that he had online, and then he started the 22 mentorship, and that's really what kind of glued it all together for me. Matthew says, I think I will always learn to lean towards trading a more mechanical trading system. Discretional trading, I find, is more stressful. It is more stressful because it's just a guess. Like, discretionary trading is truly just a guess. So it just doesn't, you don't have any set rules, specific rules that you're trying to follow. My gosh, what is going on? So yeah, it's just a lot harder to find consistency. You just have to have so much confidence and trust in yourself. The problem is that if you hit a losing streak, that confidence gets shaken pretty quickly. Um, a lot of people say they're discretionary traders and they get into a trade and uh, they basically just hit a lucky winning streak, and then they think that they are unbeatable, and then they over leverage blow accounts, and then that's when they actually realize, oh, I should probably set up some rules that more clearly define when a good setup is present. These dogs, man. I'm going to mute my mic for a minute, guys. It chased off the murderer outside, evidently. So good news for our family. We're going to survive. John says, I've coached against guys like that. Just got to weather the storm against their rants. Yeah, I mean, they just try and bark and talk trash, get in your head. Patrick got caught demo trading a few years back, so I don't trust him personally. Really? I wasn't aware of that. Have you watched the 2023 mentorship? I have not. I stopped watching ICT's new stuff basically when I developed my plan around how I want to trade his concepts. So once you have your system, if you keep watching ICT, he's going to constantly have new PD arrays, new concepts, new vocabulary, new ideas. And it's like trying to take a drink of water from a fire hydrant that's just blasting in your face. It's too much information. And he even says you don't need all these concepts. You need to master one or two of these concepts. And in fact, you need to build your own trading plan around these concepts. And then when you have it, just go do that. So I have stopped watching all of his stuff. I'll listen to his spaces occasionally when he gets on. But like all of the new stuff that he puts out, I have not kept up with. I don't want to, I don't know. It just becomes, when you sit down with the charts to trade, the more PD arrays and the more concepts that you have of his to work with, the more you can convince yourself there's a PD array everywhere on the chart. There's a fair value gap here. There's a fair value gap here. There's a grab of liquidity there, but there was also a grab of liquidity there. There's a new day opening gap here. There's a new week opening gap up here somewhere. There's institutional order flow. There's Judas swings. There's serval bullets. There's macros. There's optimal trade entries. I mean, there's so many different things that there's too many dots to try to connect in one trading session for the average trader. He's the GOAT. He can do it. He can sit down. He gets on the 1 minute time frame. He talks it all through. Although he got blasted a couple days ago, I think he took a loss or two. But it's just like there's just too many concepts to incorporate in a single trading session when you sit down to trade. And if one day you sit down and you say, I'm just going to look for an optimal trade entry, it's not there, but then you're like, oh, well, I could have taken that breaker, or I could have taken that Judas swing, or I could have taken that fair value gap of a change of structure on the 1 minute. Oh, and it's drawing towards that relative equal lows, or you're gonna analyze yourself into circles with all of the concepts that he uses, and they're all valid. There's not a concept that he teaches that doesn't work. But you just can't use them all. You're not ready. I'm not ready. I don't have the brain capacity, power, or years of trading experience to be able to switch in the moment from one idea to the next. It's just going to cause mass confusion. So you find the one concept that works, you build a trading strategy around it, put 100 trades in a live market on it, then move on to another strategy if you want to add to it after that. Michael says, I feel like partly I'm a discretionary trade in terms of higher time frame directional bias and daily bias. Yeah, I mean, I think swing trading, discretionary trading from higher time frames is going to be easier for sure. It just cleans everything up a lot more. The swings and the moves are clearer. So this is the candle I was anticipating Euro to turn on. It's showing some rejection off of that discount level there. I'm wondering if GBP has run out of steam here. Got down to 28.45. It's got about 12 pips away from our entry there, which is this breaker here. It's tapped into it, but it didn't reach down into these fair value gaps here. I would really like to see it come down just a little bit more. Maybe at the opening of this next 30-minute candle, we get one more dip down. Ancient Past, Saucity, any info on macros? Only that I know that he teaches macros, and that macros are just references to time. That certain moves at certain times of the day always happen in a predictable order. When orders begin to spool in his algorithm during those certain macro times. I don't use macro times in this trading system, but I'm vaguely aware of how he uses them. Haven't done a deep dive into that. I'm sorry if your dog freaked out from hearing my dogs freak out. I apologize. Dogs will be dogs. ICT said it himself. If you're someone who found success with OTE and don't give a crap about any of the new stuff, then that is wisdom. It absolutely is, man. Just all of this stuff works. So you just need to lock in on one or two concepts, pair them together, and go from there. That's really what you need to do. Too much info can lead to analysis paralysis. Amen. I watched all his videos just to get the picture, so now I can combine many PD arrays to find unbreakable setup. I mean, again, yeah, that's definitely an option. I just reached a point where it was like I was beginning to get so confused, and I don't have the brain capacity, I guess, to be able to switch in and out of the immediate reactions to all the different PD arrays. So I stick to the 15-minute time frame for my setup. I'm going to take fewer setups, but the setups I take are going to more often than not pan out. That upper breaker on GU might just be to trick early buyers into the market and use them to grab liquidity to continue higher. Could be. This upper breaker right here could be what is like, oh, it's going to turn around right here, and then the next 30-minute candle comes, takes them out, and then rerun up. That's kind of what I'm hoping to see happen here. Muhammad, for me, OTE plus the order block is magic. It is a great setup. OTEs with order blocks are, that's basically the other strategy that I use, OTEs and order blocks. They are beautiful. Muhammad, what time frame do you use to identify that you look for your setups on? Do you just use one time frame, or do you use multiple? No, it was funny. I loved it. Okay, good. I don't want to make anybody mad when my dogs start barking, and it makes your dog freak out. So that fair value gap is holding really nicely inside that breaker. So we'll see if we get some displacement above this high now in the next 30 minutes, in the next 30-minute candles. If dollar could get another push up, we might be able to get tapped into our trade here. Gold reached right down into that breaker and pulled off. Still off the daily highs, still off the daily lows, just in the middle there. S&P kind of consolidating, NAS consolidating, dollar yen pulling back up into these wicks here and inside this large imbalance. $15-minute. Nice. I like to use on the higher, I like with the OTE and order block strategy that I use, I like to use the 1 hour and 4 hour, but I will use 30-minute as well. Sometimes 15-minute. Not all the time, but I like to use the 1 hour mostly, I think, on the OT order blocks on the 1 hour time frames are pretty sick. Check some messages here. Nothing there. And Nothing there, I don't think. Muhammad says, I found GU much stable. I took 5 setups this week, 1 stop loss on EU, 1 break even on GU, 3 TPs on GU. That's awesome. That's a pretty fantastic week. 3 TPs. Do you have a set RR that you're going for? Do you just do like 1 to 2, 1 to 3, or are you just targeting swing lows? How do you use your how do you define your profit targets off of your entries? Candle Slayer says, the only thing I came up with is to combine Unicorn with the New York Midnight Open to trade the daily expansion. So you can say Power 3 plus Unicorn. That's a great setup. That's an easy, definable, did this happen? Yes. Did this happen? Yes. Get in the trade. So the more simple you can make it, the more easy it is going to be to execute and identify. 1 to 2, though I took 1 to 3 today trying to refine it. Yeah, I love 1 to 2, man. I love 1 to 2. I don't need 1 to 3. If I can win 33% of my trades on 1 to 2, it's break even. If I'm 40% or higher, I'm in profit, and anything over 50 is in good profits. So that's the system we live in. All right, into the new half-hour candle here. The new 30-minute candle just opened. Going to see if we can get some kind of push down here on this 4-hour candle, put in a little bit of a wick and take out some of this imbalance down here on the 4-hour time frame. See if it participates and gives us a chance to grab this liquidity here under this candle. Reach into this discount, tap into this order block, and get us into a trade. We do have news in about 20 more minutes. A little bit of a longer stream today. Fridays are typically longer. I like going longer on Fridays. Candleslayer says, last weekly expansion, I took 1 to 10 just by that simple strategy. That's awesome. Overplayful, Andrew FX, who did an interview with Bespoke, has a 45% win rate in 1 to 2. Yep. You don't need anything more than 40 to 50% win rate, guys. Just 1 to 2, 40 to 50% win rate. That's all you need. And with these no time limit challenges, you have all the time in the world. So just capture those quick, easy profits on a 1 to 2 trade and rinse and repeat. And you're going to lose. You're going to take losses. Stop trying to avoid taking a loss. No one wants to lose, but you're going to lose as a trader. It's just the way it is. You're going to lose as a trader. And as long as your system has a 40 to 50% win rate, a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio is all you need, and you're going to make a ton of money. I did watch his interview, and I heard him say that. So it's an interesting interview. Again, I don't think it was as good as Venator Trading's interview, but it's all right. Fossil Man, see you next week. Thanks for watching the stream, buddy. I do appreciate it. We will be back on Monday, so come on back. Muhammad, 705 fib level is magic. It just taps in there and some flies. It does. It's that is the honey pot. That's the golden retracement level. In between that 6.2 and 705 is pretty nice. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. I need to take a quick little potty break. So don't go anywhere. Give me just a minute. I'll be right back. And we're back. $9:30 open here, getting the downside move from the New York Stock Exchange open here. I wonder if I can get US 30 back up yet. I wonder if I need to restart. I may just need to restart. Hey, US 30's up. What do you know? Pull that back over here. About 20 more minutes here until that other little bit of news comes out. Our entry is getting close to getting tagged in here. Reaching down into this hourly fair value gap. See, we got down to 28398, about 6 pips away. Euro dollar holding up nicely on that order block right there. While we're waiting, can anyone recommend any ICT concept Discord groups? I don't know of any specific ICT Discord groups, but someone in the chat may. I can guarantee if you could catch the low or high of the week who formed Tuesday, you're going to win all without drawdown, I swear. Yeah, I mean, that's obviously the name of the game. Catch that low or high of the week for sure. But, I mean, it's just a complete... You don't know exactly where that low or the high of the week. It's either going to... Typically, it's Tuesday or Wednesday. Most of the time, I think 70% of the time, it's Tuesday. Tuesdays is typically either the low or the high. Patience is key. Absolutely, Kenneth. Nailed it. Bernard Tan, if the limit order hasn't been tapped yet a few minutes before the news, would it be safe to cancel the limit order and let the news pass? On typical news events, yes. But on this news event, the University of Michigan revised consumer confidence report, I will trade through. GU about to get tapped. We got close. We did get close, but we did not get tapped in. US 30 reversing, S&P reversing, Judas swing. I mean, look at the Judas swing here on S&P. Grabs liquidity, breaks structure, runs higher. The Judas swing is a really simple concept, a really mechanical, nice trading strategy that a lot of people have found some success with. Lots of ICT traders in Trader Mike Discord and soon in Venator Discord. Look, I've got to figure out. I'll take a look at Trader Mike. Looking forward to Venator. So I've got the this is all I've got. Let me show you. I don't know what else to do here, and this is close it up. So I've got the Venator Discord group all set, but I don't know what else to do after this. And there's nothing else in here. It just says general chat, and I don't know what else to do. I don't know how else to get it set up. Other is just invite people. I don't know like what server settings I'm supposed to have. I don't know. But I mean, I've got it. It's all ready to go, just sitting there. And I was just kind of waiting until we kind of had a good nucleus of traders that would be consistent in there. And it's also something I don't want to just sit in all day long and talk. Having time freedom is important to me. It's not something I just want to sit there and manage either. So, I mean, I've got it all set up. I just don't know what else to do with it after that. So it's there, but that's all it is. It's just there. If you see all the weekly charts, you're going to find that Monday, Tuesday are the weekly Judas swings. That's why. Muhammad, I was using Judas swing, but many people started to use it. That's why liquidity gets created and my stop loss used to get tapped. But before that, I used to catch minimum 1 to 5 Rs. What I found is that after that, it's better to enter after liquidity gets swept. 100%, that's typically always better. Daz, there are easy guides on YouTube to set up easy discords, but they're drain on your time. Build it, they will come. Oh, and not really how it works, Muhammad. Most people who trade Judas swings are probably trading demos, so they're not actually taking part in the market. Yeah, that's the thing with the Judas swing. Is like all these people that are trading it, they're not in the markets. I think I have a tweet coming out later today. It's basically like, look, the market's not hunting your stop. These are paper trades. These are all paper trades. Our orders don't even exist anywhere in the live market. So the market's not hunting your trade. It's not hunting your setup. Getting close to our entry here, just a few more pips away, about 5 more pips, and we might get triggered in. New 15-minute candle just opened. So we'll see how that plays out. I'm agree with Muhammad, but if you combine it with the unicorn, it's hard to get you out. Oh, gosh. Back into a discount. We just tapped into the top of this order block here on this 15-minute. Dollar still currently respecting this fair value gap here inside this breaker. On the DXY, euro holding inside of this breaker right there in this little order block. My entry's 1 pip closer, fingers crossed. Good luck. Good luck. Get your entry or you get no trade. Don't chase it. Michael, for your Discord, you could create channels for different markets if you want, like Forex and futures and crypto. I know that's possible, and I know it's pretty easy probably just to create a new channel. I just don't like if you just invite somebody, do you have to assign a role, or are they automatically assigned a role? Like, is everyone just like in every channel? Can people comment on every channel? Are there things, I don't know. I just need to do some more deep dive into it. I know it's probably not as difficult as I'm making it out to be, and it's just kind of one of those things that what you don't know. And so you typically kind of, you're more fearful of what you don't know than what you do know. So you set up a bot to do that. Oh, another thing I got to learn how to do. They can get one automatically, I think, but I'm no Discord expert either. Less is more. I agree, less is more. All I have in there is one general chat channel. But you go into like all of these prop firm Discords and they've got gaming sections and support sections and suggestion sections and promotion sections and chat sections. It's like, I don't want to manage all that. And then they've got 5 different moderators that are in there talking to people all the time. The fewer channels, the less to monitor. That's kind of the way what I'm thinking is the fewer channels. I like the fewer channels idea. It might. I don't know, Adrian. We're getting close. We're getting real close. We'll see. We're getting close. Coming into that news here in about 10 more minutes. So it's given a nice little healthy retrace off of this push up. I do like this setup on GU. It gets down into 50% of the hourly fair value gap. Our stop is below the candle of the fair value gap. So we just need one more little push and get tagged in. Could Bespoke help you with a Discord? They have quite a few mods. Maybe. I mean, they've offered help with graphics and overlays and stuff. Their overlay I wasn't super thrilled with, but my job this weekend is going to be getting a nice overlay put on. And really all I want is just a nice little viewer box, that the camera can sit in. I need to create a bespoke banner that sits on the page somewhere that just kind of recognizes their sponsorship of the stream. I'd like to get, I don't know if we want to put the chat box in the actual stream window, or if you guys just like having the chat there where you can see it right now. I don't know what you would prefer. If you put it in the Windows stream, then you can go full size on your monitor, and then the chat's just in the window. So there's a little, benefit to that. But I don't know. And then maybe just a nicer way to display the stats that that's going on. So yeah, I don't want it to be, super like tricked out or anything. I want it to look nice and more than what it is right now, because it definitely looks like a guy that's been streaming for about 2 months and doesn't know what the hell he's doing. That's what it looks like right now. Corey, I appreciate your encouragement in saying that it doesn't need to be anything more than what it is right now. Thanks, man. Or were you talking about the Discord? That it's just fine like that? Either way, thank you. Matthew says, what would you say is the expected longest period without taking a setup for the system? About a week and a half. About a week and a half. Sorry. A general comment and an announcement would be enough. In the Discord would be good to have a trade idea channel. I think a psychology channel might be good, because that's really what mindset is so important, in being able to talk psychology specifically away from all the trash talking in the general chat that's going to be going on. It'd probably be nice. Don't add the chat window on your stream. Well, there's one vote for no chat window on the stream. How do you feel about the EU trade last week? Are you still happy with it after reviewing it? I'm happy with it in that, yeah, I executed it according to the rules. The only thing that I'm not happy with was the discretionary part. It definitely didn't have the clean displacement that I typically look for. So I'm not. It's not that I'm upset about it. I mean, that's just part of the system. You're gonna lose some trades. So, but overall, I just feel like I could have just waited for a cleaner displacement through that area, and it didn't ever give that, but I took it anyway. So it did meet all the rules from my execution, and so I'm happy with the way I executed the trade. But I did learn that I guess every loss, you should learn something every time you take a loss. And the learn there was just, hey, you just need to make sure that you have good clean displacement. Venator would be like, I don't even know how to use Twitter Picker, and you guys tell us. See, you're exactly right, Mohammed. You've seen the struggles I have with technology. So I can't even get a website to work to give away a free account, let alone set up an entire Discord channel for the tribe to hang out in. Daz says, do you ever take the rejection wicks at the top of the displacement as a warning or just price action? Do I ever take the wicks at the top of display? Are you talking about like this, like a wick up here, like above displacement? I'm trying to figure out. Do you mean like the liquidity grab area, or after the displacement has happened? I'm a little confused on what you're asking there. Do you do meditation? I don't do meditation, but I do a healthy amount of just prayer. Uh, so part of my Christian faith is just that I spend a lot of time, reading the Bible and in prayer, and so, you know, uh, basically meditation. I guess you could consider that meditation in some form or fashion. So, but I don't practice meditation in the way that I think a lot of people are using it in the current state of how people refer to meditation. And it's not that I don't have anything against it. I don't think that it's like there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying I just practice more in my own personal faith. I just practice regular prayer life, which a lot of people would say is very akin to meditation. Daz says after the displacement, large wicks could show weakness in a possible reversal. Yeah, I mean, you're basically just playing that's an ICT concept called turtle soup, wherein you're just waiting for liquidity to get run, and you're anticipating that reversal from liquidity. So like down here, you would have a buy order set as liquidity gets run, expecting that reversal, or you would have a sell order above those highs, expecting liquidity to get tapped and then the reversal. Looks like we may get swerved here on our GU entry. And that will be unfortunate if that happens. I really hate getting swerved. I hate getting swerved more than I hate taking a loss. Let's see, we got to the low is 37.5 and we needed 33.8. So basically 3.5 pips. 3.5 pips is what we needed there. Once you're in a trade, do you continue to watch it or do you walk away from the screen and let it play out? I just walk away. Once I'm in a trade, the only other thing I do is I set an alert around 1.5R to move to break even. That's the only thing I do. I don't do anything else after that. Also, if price is to now continue up and break the high, would you cancel? Yes. If price comes back up in here into these levels, I would definitely cancel the trade. It's Friday. We're getting into the later hours of the trading session, so it's less likely to have any enough legs under it at the end of the trading session to give another deep pullback and then another deep take profit run. This was our shot probably in the last 30 minutes to get triggered in. So if the news doesn't pop us in and get us in, then we're probably not going to get an entry. But we've got a couple of minutes here, about a minute and a half till the hour turns over. And we'll see what happens. Sorry, guys. EU is just running away here at the end of the hour. GU trying to run away. Dollar dropping. This fair value gap here will be interesting to see how it holds up. If it gets violated in the next hour, we're probably going to miss our trade. But what a great setup. It tapped right into that breaker block right at the top and reversed off of it. And we'll find out in about 20 seconds here whether it's going to leave us behind or not. It looks like we're going to get swerved. And here we go, top of the hour. The University of Michigan consumer sentiment revised came in lower than it was previously, just by 1 point. It was 72.6, it came in at 71.6. So we'll see what happens. That candle opened without leaving a bottom wick on it. It just opened and shot up. Euro taken out, dollar running lower here. So it does appear we're probably going to get swerved here. But EU coming nicely back into, go back and watch the stream. I had said I anticipated EU probably tapping into that breaker block right there. And it just came right down into that discount level and shot off. GU just swerved us by 3 pips. I've been really enjoying your motivational Twitter posts. Thank you for taking time every day to write those. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. I love engaging with everyone on Twitter. So you're more than welcome to send me a direct message. That's where you can hit me offline over there. So yeah, I'm on Discord as well. Let's see. It is... so yeah, it's just Venator Trading is the, I believe it's the is the Discord, is my Discord handle. I don't know how do you find out the actual, but you can hit me up on Discord too if you don't want to hit me on Twitter. Either one. I'm going to go ahead and cancel this trade here. We're going to get swerved. So I'm going to copy that image, and I'm going to come over here and delete this order. And then I'm going to put this up on Twitter. Trade update. GBP USD buy limit. Cancel order. We got swerved. Ugh. Hate those worse than taking an L. That sucks. Not a fan. Not a fan. Look at that. Drawn liquidity. Tapped right into it here on EU. Our drawn liquidity was the bottom end of this breaker block, this hourly breaker block right here. Inside of that fair value gap. So here's your hourly breaker block right here. Here's your fair value gap. That was our drawn liquidity. Ran right up into it as expected. So good to see that, but we're not going to take any more orders here. If we had gotten triggered in on that last order, we would have moved to break even already. So at this point, if price reverses here on us, I don't anticipate it coming back down and then making another run up. It's 10 o'clock. I don't like to get into trades after 10:30. So again, it's Friday. All those things combined. That was our entry, and we missed it. So that's just the way it goes. And no big deal. This is we take no trades this week, and I'm perfectly fine with that. July is almost over. Thank you, Lord. July is almost over. We have one more day on Monday, and then we can get into a new month and put this ugly month behind us. I'm so ready to get out of July. There's no guarantees August is going to be any better for sure, but it's it can't be any worse. Well, I guess technically it could be worse, but I'm ready for July to get the heck out of here. So I'm going to go ahead and call the stream here, guys. Thanks to Bespoke Funding for sponsoring our stream today and for giving away our 10K challenge. Don't forget to use the code Venator at checkout when you get funded with, when you buy your challenge. Use the code Venator. You get 85% profit split and a 15% discount off of any challenge that they offer. So I hope you'll take advantage of that. Enjoy your weekend, guys. Get out there, have some fun, get away from the charts. Don't just stare at candles. Do something else. Read a book. Go to the movies. Go walk the beach. I don't know, wherever you live, just get outside, get some sun on your face. Enjoy life. Hang out with the people that you love. And we'll be back again on Monday morning, 7 a.m. I'll be tweeting all weekend. So, if you want to DM me, you can. If you want to reach out and offer some help with the Discord, I'm all ears. Or if you want to reach out and help with maybe building an overlay for our stream, I'm also down for that too. So I'm up for any and all. So just hit me up. But anyway, guys, y'all be safe. Have a great weekend. Happy hunting. And we will catch y'all on Monday. Adios.